Another day, another vlog. Oh my gosh, I feel alive and well. Well, at least you'd hope. I feel like that's the baseline for a living. Hi, by the way. Yeah, welcome back to the vlogs. Today is Friday, October 31st. So happy Halloween, happy spooky season. Figured it'd be fun to do an intentional weekend in my life. Definitely have been just picking up the vlog on Fridays because the weeks have just been so crazy, but I think we're through it, at least for the time being, and I'm still figuring out how to get myself through stressful times like that, which I think the only way past it is to go through it. Because on the one hand, I'm like, oh, well, I could just, it's a season of life, it'll all be over. But I'm like, girl, do you not see what this is? This is the longest season if it's a season. So excited to be working from home. I have a meeting-free Friday. I got a lot of my stuff done this week. Still have a few projects to jump into throughout the day, but hopefully should be pretty low-key. Just wanted to jump in and say hello. We'll do some skincare and then we'll make some breakfast. I cannot find my skincare headband, so regular one it is, still does the trick. It's very apparent that I'm in higher spirits this week. Happy Friday. Today, tonight actually, my sister is having a Halloween party and we have zero clue what we're gonna be. Trying to think of some easy ideas that use what we have. A batch of cookies that I haven't made, and I also feel like the classic Pillsbury Halloween ones, although if other people were last minute like me, they might be all out at grocery stores. Party theme, or the party invite said to bring your alcoholic beverage of choice. I'm not a drinker, which I could bring non-alcoholic, but I feel like everybody's gonna be bringing drinks, so I figured I would bring cookies. I think these are a classic. I also have a batch of these, I think it's by the brand Sweet Lauren, the like chocolate fudge ones that have been sitting in the fridge, and I feel like if I make, it doesn't make sense to make them just for the two of us, so I feel like this is a good excuse to also make those. Since I'm in a energetic mood, I wanna do some cleaning. I feel like I've been saying this for weeks that I just need to clean out some of my clothes. I have so many to donate, and I also feel like it's about that time to clean out the fridge and the freezer. I don't know, just with everything going on in the world, sometimes it can feel helpless, but I really want to do anything to help out. So I found like this Meals on Wheels thing where you can go and deliver meals to different people, but there's also so many food banks in the city, and I don't know if they take frozen food. I'd have to look into that, but I feel like there's so much stuff, and you know how far back that pantry up above the fridge goes, and I feel like there's just so much stuff in there that we haven't even opened. Pretty low key. Anyways, I hope that you are doing well. Another great week. I feel like I'm just catching up on everything. I did start this book yesterday, loved one. I'm only 30 pages in. So far so good. It's definitely, at this point in the book, lighthearted. It seems like the main character definitely uses humor throughout life, so I think that would be a big part in how she navigates her grief. I've also been coloring a lot. This is the Bobby Goods coloring book, and she's coming out with another one tomorrow, I think. But I feel like I need to finish this one before I get another one. So I've been coloring. I think these are, maybe, that's my least favorite. My favorite page is this one that I colored, but I think lately I finished this birthday one, I did the in bed one, and this is the one I'm almost done with, but currently doing the classroom. Last vlog we ended going to TJ Maxx. Is it a little early in the season? Maybe. The Northern Pine candle, she's a big one. I feel like one thing I'm passionate about is the ability to burn a candle evenly. I mean, and its crackle So it feels like you're kind of sitting by a fireplace. So I guess that was my weekly allowance purchase. And then also I found a tote bag to bring to work. When I started my job, they gave everyone backpacks, which was very nice, but I feel like as a girl, I'm like, the bag has to just complement the outfit, and the backpack was not doing it for me. So I found this vegan leather one on Amazon, and I really wanted something that was fashionable but practical. I like that the design is a little bit more structured. The backpack that I have now does have my company's name on it, and it wasn't a bad interaction or anything, but when we were traveling, someone came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, I saw your backpack and I just have to ask, like, do you work with like blah blah blah, or does like this happen? Or so I just didn't like the idea of being easily identifiable by just my bags. That's just, it's like unfortunate to even have to think about that kind of stuff, but also this is cute. This is a chat and a half. On that note, we are all done with our skincare, and I think those are all my updates from this week. So let's make some breakfast, and we're also gonna make a little coffee together. All right, we're in the kitchen. It's gonna be a jammy day, and I'm totally okay with it. Maybe it's been a while since I've gotten PJs, but they're kind of expensive. I mean, granted, I feel like my cost per wear in them has definitely evened itself out, but still, I always underestimate how much fruit I eat throughout the week. My strawberries are all gone, my bananas are all gone, but we do have a little bit of blueberries. I should just take everything out at once. Let's make some breakfast. We'll take 2 large eggs, and then the bread we'll do separately. This is probably my favorite cottage cheese. I prefer the low-fat one, and then this also picked up from Whole Foods. I think also subconsciously I'm just trying to use as much as I can because I love the jar and I just want to reuse it for coffee and storage. We'll just do it on a slice of sourdough. I thought there would be more sound. I was worried I burned the eggs a little bit, but I think they look okay. So gonna sit, watch a little YouTube, and then I think make a coffee, because otherwise if I make it now, I'll drink the coffee before I have any food in my stomach. No notes, compliments to the chef. It's coffee time, and I feel like I have some new pods. I love these NOLA ones. I feel like that's no surprise. And then they had these festive pods, which is the one that we're gonna try today. And then they also had this pod, which is a collaboration with The Weeknd. I think it's called Together or something like that, but I haven't tried those yet. I've been looking for this creamer for what feels like a long time and finally got my hands on it, the white chocolate mocha. I think that will be a really, really good combination. No protein powder today, and we'll just try this out and see what we think. I forgot about this. When we were at TJ Maxx, I'm normally not a coffee syrup person, but one of my favorite holiday drinks that Starbucks does is the peppermint white chocolate mocha. So I think I'll do the smallest amount because I want to be able to taste the coffee flavor, and we'll froth that all together. One of my favorite parts. Usually I'll use it if I'm going somewhere, but honestly it's just fun. Taste test. It's not bad. I honestly think the peppermint that I added makes it taste a little, I mean, it is artificial, it's syrup. Maybe I'm not a syrup person. Even though I didn't add that much, I feel like the peppermint hides the coffee flavor, and I don't even really taste the white chocolate mocha. It's kind of just feels like I'm drinking peppermint syrup a little. Yeah, that is very peppermint-y. I would say 5 out of 10 maybe. But I'm gonna keep getting some work done for the day, and then we'll check back in and get some cleaning done. Got a lot of work stuff in a good spot, so now we're gonna start the reset. I am going to begin with probably my least favorite task, or rather the one that I'm not looking forward to as much, which is cleaning out the fridge. Honestly, what inspired me to do this was the fact that for the last 2 weeks I have ordered things that we've already had, and I feel like that just contributes to waste, and we don't really need that. So let's see what we're working with. Overall, it's probably just gonna be general organization. Not that he needed it. I found these for him because he loves sauce. It was a pack of 10 different sauces to try. I really just want to organize, clean stuff out. I feel like these 2 containers back there are food that we have not touched, probably will not touch. Just make things a little bit easier to reach for. Later, officially logged off work for the day. I've just honestly been relaxing on the couch. I feel like I might have jinxed myself with all the energy I started off the vlog with, because I just have felt so sluggish, and I feel like a part of it is definitely because it's that time of the month, and some cycles it just hits me a little bit harder, and I think this one is it. So I did text my sister. I gave her the heads up that I might not make it like to the party. The fact that I have not changed out of my PJs, I was planning to go for a walk and I just was not feeling it. I guess I'll show you the fridge and how it came out. I feel like this area always gets a little messy throughout the week, so just cleaned off the table, did some vacuuming. I think I decided, instead of doing the full reset every week where people just kind of tackle their apartment and do a full deep clean, I can never stick to those because I think it just feels so daunting after you've already had such a busy work-filled week, then to come home and feel like you have to do more work. I'm just trying to be better about keeping spaces clean, although I know it gets a little cluttered throughout the week, but also too, instead of doing a big deep clean reset, just picking one area of our apartment every week to focus on. So this week was the fridge, and I think next week is gonna be this over here. Originally we had the TV on the media stand right here, but it just felt a little too low, so we were playing around with the idea of seeing what it looked like higher, but the TV has been like this for so long because we were like, oh, we should mount it, and then we just never got around to it. So this has kind of been the standard for us, but I more so want to focus next week on decluttering all of this. It's kind of tripled as a media stand plus art storage plus book casing thing. I think it's obviously become kind of like a labor of love with all of our mementos and things that we've done over the years. Like, there's so many Polaroids, there's books, there's different decorations, and I think it's more so it's just been a lot. So I, especially with the holidays coming up, I want to put like a nice garland across here and just cleaning, decluttering everything else. I don't know if maybe something over here to cover it just so it doesn't look like a table. Maybe instead of mounting it, it could be a floating shelf, but then you still have to, I don't really know. This is gonna be my area for next week. As for the fridge, it looks so much better. I realized how much sauce we actually have. You can thank him for that. But this, I just made my coffee section. So creamers, any syrups, agaves, anything like that is just in one spot. This is kind of miscellaneous, but more so butter, heavy creams, sour cream, and then these little guys that didn't fit anywhere else. Just cleaned out a lot of stuff. I checked the dates on everything. So much of it was either expired an embarrassingly amount of time. So cleaned out everything and just left what was still good, and then also organized it by what we reached for the most. Honestly, this right now is kind of just drinks, and I'm also taking into account that it's the end of the week, so once we do groceries, I'm sure it will fill up a little bit more. All of this is his. He's a huge sauce person, so try to organize it based on the things that he reaches for the most. These are mainly hot sauces. These are, I guess, more like, I don't know, meat sauces, I don't really know. And then this I tried to keep salad dressings. I think there's also mustards and stuff for sandwiches, so that was kind of the vision, I guess, if you can really say. I made this a designated veggie drawer, so anytime we have greens, veggies in general, also artichoke quarters for salads, just anything like that is in that drawer. This drawer is going to be anything fruit related. These were the cookies that I wanted to make and bring, but I know my sister has roommates and I'm supposed to see her not this Saturday, but next, so I could always make them then. And then this drawer is kind of meats and cheeses. That is the new fridge system. Organized the freezer, ice over here, ice cream / mini package stuff over here, and then organized and threw out a lot of stuff. On the left hand side is just some frozen fruits and also just random frozen veggies. We have corn, we have broccoli, fried rice, and then over here these are more frozen meals and meats. We've got some breakfast sausage. He's got some frozen meats. We've got chicken down there, frozen steak. I didn't really get to tackle the clothes like I wanted to. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, but I definitely want to organize it a little more. I have 2 full TJ Maxx bags full of clothes and books that I want to donate, and then this is just kind of some overflow to bite the bullet and get rid of some stuff, or at least donate some stuff, because I feel like it's just very chaotically organized. There's so much stuff and there doesn't need to be, so I think finding a way to make it a little bit more organized, so that way every single week I'm not feeling like I have this big chore to do. This I think will hopefully be a tomorrow project. Happy Saturday. We are getting out quickly because the Florida-Georgia game is on in a little bit, and it is, I'm told, the biggest game of the season.
Go Gators.
I ended up going to my sister's Halloween party. I just did not feel great. I go to TJ Maxx to see if we can find some Christmas stuff. Normally, I feel like everybody has their own timeline. I am normally not someone that puts up our Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving, but which is crazy to think that Thanksgiving is in like 3 weeks, and we're gonna be with his parents for a little over a week, and then by the time we come back it's December, and then pretty soon after that we're gonna be back there again for Christmas. So I feel like we're not gonna have a ton of time in the apartment to really celebrate the Christmas season, and it's just my absolute favorite. Yeah, I don't know, I think I'm just so used to when we were at home and my mom would be the one that would get the Christmas tree, she'd have the ornaments, and now it's like, oh wait, this is my time to do that. So I wanna kind of start our own little Christmas collection. It is trench coat weather. I think it's 50 something, but it said online that the wind is making it feel 15 degrees cooler in like the 40s. We're going beanie. I look like Marv from Home Alone. Gonna bring a snack. Let's have a quick TJ Maxx trip. Happy Sunday. It is, I want to say it's 9:30, but the time changed, so it's actually 8:30, which is nice because I gained a little extra hour of sleep. Before ending off this vlog, we've got some groceries coming, and then I also want to do a little, not meal prep, but just kind of prepare my fruits and veggies. I want to try and make these protein energy balls that I've been seeing too, and I have all the ingredients for it, or I will once the groceries come. To start, he's still sleeping and we normally have breakfast together, so I'm gonna have a granola bar and make myself a coffee to wake up. Do the collaboration of the weekend. We didn't get anything at TJ Maxx yesterday. Had a lot of Christmas stuff, but I love seasonal decor, but I don't love stuff that's overly Christmas branded. Like if it's saying Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, like I feel like a little of that is okay, but I don't know, it's kind of cool because I feel like I'm developing my own taste. Coffee and creamer. See how we like it. Granola bar of choice. I just wanted to say good morning. Let's make a little coffee. I'm not gonna use it today, but I think it might be worth getting the white chocolate of this just because I have the white chocolate creamer, and I think with some of the festive pods coming out, I think it would be a really nice complementary sweetness that is probably universal to a lot of coffee pod flavors. Also a reminder to clean the Nespresso today. I still am so proud of myself for the freezer organization. Get some ice. I think instead of mixing everything together, I'll do what I used to do, which was adding the milk first. Do our cold foam mixture. I prefer more cream to milk. Froth it together. I feel like this vlog has definitely been more coffee heavy, but I'm not mad about it. So I hope you aren't either. The coffee. Now we'll add our creamer cold foam. Kid you not, ever since we replaced the batteries in the handheld frother, it has been so much better about making cold foam. Just mix it all together. All right, taste test. Way more coffee. I feel like I'm just striking out with all my coffee. I don't know if white chocolate was necessarily the best. On Nespresso, it recommended blending it with honey, so maybe I should try agave instead and just do it with the regular sweet cream instead of the white chocolate. It's not bad though. I feel like we just need to add a little bit of sweetness to the actual coffee itself to bring the flavor through a little bit. 6 out of 10. Also, I realized I said that without having eaten anything, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a granola bar. We're gonna do that now. A little bit later, just prepped my strawberries so they stay fresh for the week. I just wash them with baking soda and then pat them dry, and then I just add the paper towels at the bottom and top just so any additional moisture gets absorbed. This keeps my strawberries fully fresh for the entire week. To have some easy on-the-go snacks, I cut up some peppers. Again, same thing, just wash them, put some paper towels at the bottom to absorb any moisture, and then I'm gonna seal them so that they are air sealed, air contained. Last thing before ending off the vlog, I saw a creator do a TikTok about some easy protein energy balls, and I kind of want to do my own take on it. I still had a ton of rolled oats just to have. I feel like these are just a good pantry staple. Got some maple syrup. For protein, I think in her video she used vanilla, but I feel like salted caramel peanut butter would be a good flavor. So I'm just gonna add a scoop of that, some semi-sweet chocolate chips just for a little added sweetness, and then for some extra protein, gonna add some peanut butter. Just gonna add everything to the bowl, mix it up. These are no-bake protein energy balls, which honestly kind of sold me too. So we'll just put everything in a bowl, mix it, and then form the shape with our hand.